श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय. Welcome to Sankhya television and the program Vrat Tyowhaar. On this day, which is the 28th day of January, is going to be the Shattila Ekaadashi Vrat. So it is a very, very special day, and just like how it is said in Ramayana that the body is known as sadhan ke dham and moksha ke dwar, the place to do the austerities and the gateway to liberation. This is one of the days in which we can be able to achieve maximum amount of benefits in the shortest amount of time, because it gives unending form of blessings. It is known as Shattila Ekaadashi Vrat. So at a certain time, it is said, there was a rishi by the name of Balambha, and he went to Pulast Muni and asked the question, मनुष्य मृत्यु लोक में ब्रह्महत्या आदि महान पाप करते हैं. People in the earthly planet, they perform many big kind of sins, and yet still in the end they are able to attain mukti or liberation. I don't know what sort of good it is that they do in their life, that it is able to help them to come out of the difficulties that they cause to themselves by committing the sinful action. So, O great sage, please help me and tell me of such a Vrat that is able to ward out these great kind of sins in this world. So, the great Muni replied, Pulas Muni said, आपने मुझे अत्यंत गंभीर प्रश्न पूछा. You have asked me something that is actually a great secret, and that I am going to reveal to you. इससे संसार जनों को बहुत लाभ होता है. This is able to bring great amount of benefits to the people of the world. इसको इंद्र आदि देव भी नहीं जानते. Even Indra and the other devatas, they are not aware of this. So, I am relating that answer to you. परंतु मैं आपको वह गुप्त भेद अवश्य ही बताता हूँ. I am going to tell you of that very great secret. माघ मास के आने पर मनुष्य को स्नान आदि से शुद्ध रहना चाहिए. So when the month of Magh comes, and the month of Magh comes from the day of the full moon, going on, straight on to the next full moon that will come. 17th of January, is the full moon day, and it goes straight on to the full moon that comes in the month of February. One should try to practice to keep their mind as calm as possible, because by keeping the mind calm, there are certain benefits that you derive also. The body is very healthy. By being at peace with ourselves, it helps us to make good decisions without being confused in whatever we are doing. We are able to make proper decisions and very fruitful decisions. At that time, when the mind is without any disturbances, you have clarity of thought, and you could be able to function and do everything well. So we have to keep the mind free from feeding of the senses, that is, desires should be under control, Anger should be under control. Greed should be under control. Attachment should be under control. Hatred should be also under control. Abhiman, false pride, and having ego should be also under control. And these qualities should be under proper control so that we could be able to do the Vrat or the fasting that we have to do. And we must always remember, whenever the time of a fast do come, the words of the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 17, verses 14, 15 and 16, the austerity of the mind, the austerity of your expression, especially your speech, the austerity of your thoughts, all these must be under control. And in this way, it is going to bring great results. It says, on this day, when the sign of the astrological sign goes in the star which is known as Pushya, on that day you collect some gobar and you mix tilli in the gobar, and you can also mix cotton, the cotton wool, that is, not the cotton cloth, but the cotton wool. Some people call it rui, some call it cotton wool. So, whether you use the cotton balls, the pure cotton balls, or the cotton wool that is in a roll, you break it up small and mix it together with the gobar and the tilli, and you prepare small balls of gobar, tilli and cotton to be offered into the fire and put it to dry. So, in this way, you have that tilli that you are going to use, or the sesame seed that you are going to use. The tilli is sesame seeds, for those of us who don't know. Uske banana chahiye, so we prepare it. In that, it should be at least 108 to be used for the havan. Us din मूल नक्षत्र हो, द्वादशी हो तो नियम से रहे. If it is Mool Nakshatra, the planet which is known as, or the star which is known as Mool, and if it is coinciding with the Dwadasi, which is the 12th astrological day, it is also very auspicious. So you take a bath, complete your daily activities of cleaning the body and then take bath. शुद्ध होकर भगवान का पूजन कीर्तन करना चाहिए, and you perform the puja of Lord Vishnu. एकादशी के दिन, on the day of एकादशी, व्रत करे और रात्रि में जागरण तथा हवन करे. So you will fast on the Ekadasi day, and on the night of the Ekadasi day, you'll use those dried balls with the gobar and the sesame seed or the tilli, and together with that you have also the cotton in it. That is going to be used for doing the havan. इससे दूसरे दिन धूप दीप नैवेद्य से भगवान की पूजा करें. And during the course of time of the night, whilst you are doing the puja also, you can use, there are 4 very special type of fruits that is used on Ekadasi day. One is called anar phal. Anar means pomegranate. Nariyal, which is coconut. And you have sita phal and ram phal. One is the custard apple and one is like a soursop. So these are used for offering to Bhagavan. One is called Ramphal, one is called Sitaphal. So you perform the puja, and in the 4 pahars in the night, one pahar is equal to 3 hours. So if your sunset is at 6 o'clock, you divide it into 4 parts, and at each interval you'll be having satsang for the night. So at each interval you are going to do the puja of Bhagavan Vishnu, and you are offering one of the type of fruit as an offering. And you perform the puja. You can also offer tilli laddus to Bhagwan Vishnu and sitaphal ya supari, or you take a supari or kasaili and you offer in the dhar to Lord Vishnu. और फिर उनकी स्तुति करनी चाहिए, and then you should make prayer to Lord Vishnu. हे भगवान, आप अशरणों को शरण देते हैं. Those who have no shelter, those who have no one to take care of them, you are the one who are known to be their caretaker. आप संसार में डूबे हुए उद्धार करने वाला है. Those who are sinking in the ocean of worry and problems and difficulties, you are the one who help them to cross that part. He Pundarikaksha, he Kaval Netdhari, or the one who is known to be of lotus eye, Vishwa Bhagwan, and who is known to be the universal father of this world. He Jagat Guru, the Guru or the teacher of all teachers, आप लक्ष्मी जी सहित मेरे इस अर्घ को स्वीकार कीजिए. Be pleased with my prayer and accept this offering that I make to you. इसके पश्चात, after that, ब्राह्मण को तिल दान करना चाहिए. After that, you give tilli as one of the grains in dan to the brahman. इस प्रकार मनुष्य जितने तिल का दान करते हैं, when a person, whatever amount of tilli grains you give in dan and you use for the havan also, वह उतने ही सहस वर्ष स्वर्ग में निवास करते हैं. For so many thousands of years, for every grain of tilli that we are counting about, for every grain of tilli that you give in dan, for so many thousands of years, you are going to reside in the heavenly world. So, it is called Shattila. That is one in which you are using for the havan. So, till snan, you can take tilli and put in the water and bathe with that. That is like a herbal bath. It is a purifying thing. Putting tulsi also in the water is also purifying. So you can put tulsi, you can put tilli and take bath. It is purifying for yourself. Tilki ubdan, you can anoint the body also with tilli oil, sesame oil, and then take bath. That too is also another form of til. Then you have tilodak, the water and the tilli. You can drink that also. Tilli ka bhojan, you can also make food with tilli grains. Til ka dan, and you give tilli as dan or gifts, and remember you also take for the havan. So these are the 6 ways it is called Shattila Ekaadashi. So these are the 6 ways in which you are offering the tilli or using the tilli. इससे अनेक प्रकार के पाप को दूर करते हैं, and countless amount of sins are warded out in this way. एक दिन नारद ऋषि बोले कि हे भगवान, आपको नमस्कार है. On a certain day, ऋषि नारद saluted Lord Vishnu and said, Lord, I bow to you. और उनकी क्या कथा है जो सो कृपा कर मुझसे वर्णन करिए. Tell me about Shattila Ekaadashi. What is the greatness about it? I would like to know. श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान बोले कि हे नारद, मैं तुमसे आंखों देखी सत्य घटना कहता हूँ. What I have seen with my own eyes, I am telling you about it. ध्यान पूर्वक सुनो. Listen to it attentively. प्राचीन समय में मृत्युलोक में एक ब्राह्मणी रहती थी. There was the wife of a Brahman who was in the earthly planet. वह सर्वत्र व्रत किया करती. She always used to perform the व्रत of भगवान विष्णु. एक समय वह एक माह तक व्रत करती रही और उसका शरीर अत्यंत दुर्बल हो गया. For 1 whole month, she kept doing a Vrat to Lord Vishnu Bhagwan, and her body began to shrink. Atyant buddhiman thi, she was very knowledgeable. Parantu, फिर भी उनके कभी भी देवताओं तथा व्रतों से अपना मन अस्थिर नहीं किया. Even though she kept for the whole month, she never allowed her mind to move away from doing her fast. मैंने सोचा कि ब्राह्मणी ने व्रत आदि से अपना शरीर शुद्ध कर दिया. I thought that this great lady has purified herself by doing all this व्रत. इसको वैष्णव लोग भी मिल जाएगा. She will get the abode of विष्णु लोक. परंतु इसने कभी आनंद नहीं किया. She was not very happy. इससे इनकी तृप्त होने का कठिन है, ऐसा सोचकर मैं मृत्यु लोक में गया. So seeing that her mind was not satisfied, so I went to the earthly planet. And उस ब्राह्मणी से अन्न मांगा, and I asked of her for some grains. वह बोली कि हे महाराज, आप यहाँ किस लिए आए हैं? Why have you come here? मैंने कहा मुझे भिक्षा चाहिए. I said I have come for the purpose of receiving some gifts. इस पर उसने मुझे एक मिट्टी का पिंड दिया. So she took a handful of dirt and she placed it in my hand. She did not give any form of food or so to me. And this was the situation. मैं उनसे लेकर स्वर्ग लौट आया. So I came back to the heavenly world. कुछ समय बीतने पर वह ब्राह्मणी भी शरीर त्याग कर स्वर्ग को आया. So she gave up her body. After some time, she expired from the body, that is, she died, and she went to the heavenly world. It so happened that उसने उस जगह एक समय एक आम का वृक्ष सहित गृह मिला. At that time she got a mango tree in her premises. परंतु उससे गृह की अन्य वस्तु से शून्य पाया. But she found that the entire place that she had to reside in, that had nothing in it at all. वह घबराई हुई मेरे पास आई. So she became very much troubled and she came to me. और कहने लगी कि हे भगवान, मैंने अनेक व्रत आदि से आपकी पूजा की. I had done your puja and I have done great amount of fasting, परंतु फिर भी मेरा घर वस्तुओं से रहित है. My house is without anything whatsoever. It is just a bare house and it is just a mango tree. So क्या कारण है? What is the cause for this? मैंने कहा कि तुम अपने गृह को जाओ. I said to her, go back to your home. और देवस्त्रियां तुमको देखने के आई. So the wife of the devatas and the great rishis will come to visit you. जब उसने शट्टिला एकादशी का पुण्य और विधि सुन लो, तब ही द्वार खोलो. So when they come to you, until they do not tell you about the greatness of Shattila Ekaadashi, do not open your door. भगवान के ऐसा वचन को सुनकर वह अपने घर को गई, और जब देवस्त्रियां आई और द्वार खुलाने लगी, तब वह ब्राह्मणी बोली कि यदि आप मुझे देखते आई हो तो शट्टिला एकादशी का महात्म कहिए. If you are so pleased to come to visit me, please tell me about the katha of the greatness of Shattila Ekaadashi. So at that, उसने एक देवस्त्री बोली कि सुनो, मैं कहती हूँ. So one of the ladies out of those that went to visit her said, listen, I am telling that to you. जब उसने शट्टिला एकादशी का महात्म को सुना दिया, तब उसने द्वार खोलो. So when she heard about the katha of Shattila Ekaadashi, then she opened the door. देव स्त्रियों ने उसको सद स्त्रियों से अलग पाया. The ladies that came to visit her, they saw her as a person who was beyond all the rest of them. उस ब्राह्मणी ने भी देव स्त्रियों के कहे हुए अनुसार शट्टिला एकादशी और उसके प्रभाव से उसका गृह धन ध्यान से भरपूरी हो गया. So when she performed this Vrat of Shattila Ekaadashi, that home of hers were now filled with all the things that were required to make her comfortable and happy. That मनुष्य को मूर्खता को त्याग कर शट्टिला एकादशी को करना चाहिए. A person should give up all laziness and put aside everything from their mind and think of this day to be so rewarding and perform this Vrat. इससे मनुष्य को जन्म जन्म की आरोग्यता प्राप्त होती है. When a person would do this, many births of sins will cut away and they will be free from sickness. In the next birth, if they are to be born in the world somewhere, wherever they are going to be born, they will be free from all sickness. इस व्रत से मनुष्य से समस्त पाप नष्ट हो जाते हैं. By this Vrat, a person will be able to ward out all their sins. So this is the greatness of this Vrat, which is known as Shattila Ekaadashi. Remember, this day, whatever amount of tilli you use in dan will be able to burn away your karmas in such a way that it will give you the benefit, whether you give in the havan, whether you give in dan, whether you offer in prasad, in whatever way you use tilli for the puja and for doing the havan and for giving as gifts in dan, you are going to gain for each grain of sesame seed. It is so many thousands of years you are going to reside in the heavenly world. This is the greatness of the Vrat of Ekadashi. Enjoy it, do it, and achieve the benefits. You will be happy that you have done it on this special day coming 28th January. God bless you. Sitaram. Let us pray to Vishnu Bhagavan. Om Gita Ganga Cha Gayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahm Vidya Brahmavali Trisandhya Mukti Gehani Artha Matra Chidananda Bhavagni Bhavanashini Vedatra Parananda Tattvarat Jnana Manjari Ete Tani Jape Nityam Naru Nischala Manasa Jnana Siddhi Labhe Siddhyam Tathante Paramam Padam Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai, Sanatan Dharma ki Jai.